Geezers. Specimen here. Nidavellir is the hot location today in Marvel Snap. It's going to be showing up in 60% of your games. As a result, you're going to want to tailor your deck towards it. I have 5 decks, including pool 1, 2, 3, and 5. And I've got some card replacements for some of the pool 5 decks if you don't have all of them. Let's crack on and jump straight into the pool 2. Pool 1's going to be at the end. Pool 2 is just, like a nice little one. This is one I want to try out myself. It's a Heimdall Bamboozle. We just got lots of cards which are going to be good into Nidavellir. Armor, which is going to be protecting you from Shang-Chi's. Also is going to be protecting your Sunspot from Killmonger. We have our own Killmonger, our own Shang-Chi. We have the Sunspot, which we can play into armor lane. We also then have Storm. Storm can get rid of Nidavellir if we don't fancy it, but moreover, we can storm the left or middle lane with this deck. And then on the 6th turn, we can play Heimdall to really out of nowhere just move a bunch of cards to the left. I actually think Heimdall might be the most underrated card in Marvel Snap. This is a deck that I'm going to be trying out myself tomorrow. I think you can have a lot of fun with it. Lizard's good as well because you can play it into the Storm lane. Alternatively, you can move the Lizard away. Also, imagine moving your Iron Man into the Nidavellir, and Iron Man is also just an insanely good card this today. So you might also want to consider teching in an Enchantress if you're seeing lots of Iron Mans if you're in pool 2. Okay, up next we have a Nidavellir Venom deck. This does have one pool 5 card in Shuri. Shuri is doubling the power of the next card you play, but the general idea is that Venom is insanely good with Nidavellir. The big downside is there's going to be a bunch of armors around, so do be cautious with this Venom deck. You can play Deadpool with Venom, of course, and it's going to look slightly different, but Venom is actually consuming, if you've got 4 cards into that Nidavellir, that plus 15 points that those 3 cards are going to have because they get 5 each. Those are going to stay onto Venom, and you can then play more cards into that lane. And then the key card with Venom is going to be Taskmaster, this 5 energy 0 cost card. He is going to copy the power of the last card you played. If you've got a big fat Venom at 30 points, then Taskmaster is going to copy that. Shuri is a nice addition in pool 5. She doubles the power of the next card you play, which means that you can play Shuri into Red Skull. You get a 30-point Red Skull, and then on turn 6, you can play a 30-point Taskmaster. So Shuri definitely does make the deck better. If you don't have her, which most of you won't, Chavez would be an option. Also, Ebony Maw can be good in this deck because you can play 0 into Ebony Maw. Also, Ebony Maw's decent because you can Arnim Zola a card into your Ebony Maw later on. So that's the Venom deck for you. Again, Deadpool, a nice option. Nidavellir Valkyrie, this is another pool 5 card. This is just the deck that I've been playing non-stop. It's my favorite deck in the game right now. I had to include it because you've got Wasp and Yellow Jacket, which are free cards. They just cost nothing, and you can just dump them into the Nidavellir lane. Similarly, you might want to try out Lockjaw with Nidavellir as well. I haven't got that here, but I posted yesterday a video with 3 different Lockjaw decks depending on your collection level, because you've got things like Wasp and Thor's Hammer. That could be really good. The idea with this one is that you're just going to secure a lane with Spider-Man and Professor X, probably Nidavellir, and then you're going to win a lane with Valkyrie. The fact that you've just got so many cheap cards which you can play down on the final turn, and you've also got the option to storm Nidavellir, I think this is going to be a great deck tomorrow. This is the ultimate deck, I would say, though. This is just a plain old net deck from Dara, who you've probably seen this deck all over the ladder. But this deck just looks amazing for the location. You've got the armor to protect yourself from Shang-Chi's. You have a Shang-Chi of your own if you want to go down that route. You've got the Magneto, which can pull cards away from Nidavellir on the final turn, which is a huge swing. And then you've just got the leader, the Aero, the Leech, all the source. It's just the best deck in the game probably right now. And it looks even better today. So this is definitely a deck to be aware of. If you start seeing White Queen in particular, you should have some alarm bells ringing, because who is playing White Queen apart from filthy, dirty net deckers like yourself watching this video? I'm joking. There's nothing with net decking. Come on, allow it. If you've enjoyed the video so far, remind us to like. I'd appreciate it. Final one is the pool 1 Nidavellir deck. We have a Khazar Zoo deck. Obviously, Killmonger doesn't show up until pool 2. Killmonger being the card which kills all of your 1-drops. So this just looked like the best way to play Nidavellir, with Elektra in particular being the key card. You want to play Elektra on turn 6 into Nidavellir to kill one of your opponent's 1-drops. Bishop, you want to try and get down on turn number 3. The America Chavez might be a consideration to replace in this deck. You might just want to play another 5-cost card. Something like a Blue Marvel could be an idea. Again, if you don't have any of these cards, none of them are essential. Just sort of put in a lot of your best 1-drops. Hawkeye, for example, is decent. I was even thinking Angel might be okay today because people are going to be killing your stuff and he might just fly out into Nidavellir, but probably not. But yeah, if there's any cards you're missing, just the general base of this deck will work well. Angela and Bishop, very, very good cards indeed when you're playing so many 1-drops. So this is just going to be a really nice deck for you if you're in pool 1. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this 5-minute video of the best 5 decks for Nidavellir. Make sure you like it if you enjoyed and subscribe for more. Cheers.